Did you know that over 30% of tourists unknowingly disrespect local customs when they travel? Quite a surprising statistic, isn't it? This is a gentle reminder of the importance of understanding and respecting local customs when we embark on our travel journeys. Imagine the scene. You're a visitor, exploring the beauty of a foreign land, soaking in the culture and the sights. But what if your lack of knowledge about local customs could potentially tarnish that beautiful experience? It's not just about fitting in, it's about showing respect. It's about creating a positive and meaningful interaction with the local community. Ignorance, even if unintended, can lead to actions that may be seen as disrespectful or offensive. This can have a negative impact, not just on your personal experience, but also on the local community's perception of tourists. So let's dive into a story of a tourist navigating through a Buddhist country and learn the do's and don'ts. Imagine Sarah, an enthusiastic traveler from California, embarking on her first trip to a Buddhist country. Full of excitement and curiosity, she immerses herself in the local culture. However, at a bustling street market, Sarah unknowingly disparages the local royalty in a casual conversation. This innocent mistake could have serious repercussions. In many Buddhist countries, the monarchy is deeply respected and protected by law. Any perceived insult, no matter how unintentional, can lead to a penalty. Sarah had no idea about this and was taken aback when she learned about it later. This highlights the importance of understanding the local customs and regulations of the places we visit. Respecting the local royalty isn't just about following the law, it's about acknowledging and appreciating the cultural heritage and the people's reverence for their leaders. Remember, while you may be used to openly criticizing leaders in your country, it's not always acceptable elsewhere. As Sarah continues her journey, she visits a local temple in her usual summer attire. Unbeknownst to her, her choice of clothing sparks a ripple of discomfort among the locals. The temple authorities approach her gently, explaining the need for modesty within this sacred space. You see, in Thailand and many other countries, temples are not just tourist attractions, they are hallowed grounds that command a certain level of respect. Dressing appropriately is a significant part of this respect. It's not about fashion or personal preference, rather, it's about acknowledging and honoring the sanctity of the space. So what does appropriate dressing entail? It's simple, really. Cover your shoulders, avoid revealing tops, and make sure your skirt or shorts reach at least to your knees. And it's not just for women. Men too are expected to dress modestly. So next time you're packing for a temple visit, remember that less isn't always more. Always remember to cover up when visiting religious sites, it's a mark of respect. Sarah, intrigued by the Buddha statues, decides to get a Buddha tattoo as a memory of her trip. But let's take a moment to reflect on that decision. Buddha is a deeply revered figure not just in Thailand but throughout many Buddhist countries. He is the embodiment of enlightenment, the symbol of peace and inner tranquility. For Buddhists, the image of Buddha serves as a reminder of the path to attaining nirvana, the ultimate liberation from the cycle of birth and rebirth. In these cultures, using Buddha's image as a decorative element or a fashion statement is considered disrespectful. It's akin to trivializing something that is sacred and deeply meaningful to millions of people. So when Sarah decides to get a Buddha tattoo, she may inadvertently offend the very culture she admires. Imagine if someone used a symbol that's significant to you in a way that undermines its importance. It would not feel right, would it? That's precisely how it feels when Buddha's image is used frivolously. The Buddha statue is not just a piece of art or a decorative element, it's a representation of a profound philosophy and a way of life that has guided millions of individuals for centuries. It signifies the teachings of Buddha, the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the concept of karma, and the pursuit of wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. Buddha's image is often found in places of worship, in homes as a sign of reverence, and in public spaces as a symbol of peace. It is treated with utmost respect, often placed high and never on the ground. It is not meant to be a tattoo design, a piece of jewelry, or a trendy accessory. Sarah, like many tourists, may not realize this. She may see the Buddha tattoo as a sign of her appreciation for the culture, but it's essential to understand that appreciation involves respect, and respect involves understanding the cultural significance of symbols we admire. Buddha is a sacred symbol, not a trendy accessory. Always remember that. Feeling friendly, Sarah playfully ruffles a local kid's hair. This innocent action, common in many Western cultures, is actually a serious faux pas in Buddhist countries. Why? Well, in Buddhism, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body. It's where the spiritual energy known as the crown chakra resides. Touching someone's head, especially a child's, is seen as an invasion of personal space and a disruption of this spiritual energy. Sarah's friendly gesture, meant to show affection, was perceived as rude and disrespectful. It's a stark reminder that what's acceptable in one culture can be seen very differently in another. This is why it's so important to understand the customs and traditions of the places we visit. It's not just about avoiding offense, it's about showing respect for the people who call that place home. Remember, personal space is important everywhere, but especially so in Buddhist countries. On her last day, Sarah encounters a Buddhist monk and a local who greets her with a "why." This is an important part of her journey and one that requires careful understanding of Thai customs. In Thai culture, monks are revered figures. They've dedicated their lives to spiritual growth, finding peace and wisdom in the teachings of Buddha. Their presence is a reminder of this spiritual journey, a journey that influences the daily life of many Thais. Because of this, it's essential to show them the utmost respect. When Sarah encounters the monk, it's important that she knows not to initiate physical contact. Monks follow strict rules, including refraining from touching women. So even a friendly handshake or a pat on the shoulder is off limits. Instead, she should bow her head slightly in a show of respect. This small gesture acknowledges the monk's commitment and the high esteem in which he is held. Now let's turn to the "why" greeting. The "why" is a traditional Thai greeting that involves pressing your palms together at your chest or face and bowing slightly. It's a sign of respect, a way of saying hello without words. When Sarah is greeted with a "why," it's important that she returns it. Doing so shows her respect for Thai culture and traditions. You might be thinking, well, I'm not Thai, why should I weigh? It's a fair question, but remember, when you're in another country, you're a guest. It's about showing respect for the people and their customs, and in Thailand, that means returning the "why." It's not just about being polite, it's about acknowledging the importance of these customs in Buddhist culture. It's about connecting with people on their terms, in a way that's meaningful to them. So, when you're greeted with a "why," return it. When you see a monk, show respect. When in a Buddhist country, remember to respect monks and return the "why" greeting. It's not just polite, it's expected. So let's make sure we follow these simple yet profound customs as we immerse ourselves in the rich tapestry of Thai culture. It's not just about seeing new places, it's about understanding and respecting the people who live there. As Sarah's trip comes to an end, she reflects on her experiences and the lessons she's learned. Sarah's journey was filled with unforgettable moments, but also some awkward ones. This is a common experience for many travelers, and it all comes down to cultural sensitivity. Let's take a look back at some of the do's and don'ts Sarah learned along the way. First, she learned how crucial it is to respect the royalty in the country she's visiting. In many places, royalty is revered, and any disrespectful comments could be taken very seriously. Sarah will definitely think twice before making any offhand remarks next time. Next, Sarah discovered the importance of dressing appropriately in temples. She learned that covering up is a sign of respect in these sacred spaces. She now knows that a bit of pre-planning and packing the right clothes can make her temple visits more respectful and enjoyable. Then, there was the sacred symbol of Buddha. Sarah learned not to underestimate the significance of this symbol. It's not just a decorative motif, but a representation of a revered figure. She'll certainly approach such symbols with more reverence in the future. Sarah also learned about personal space and how it's viewed differently in different cultures. In some places, touching someone's head, even in a friendly manner, can be seen as highly disrespectful. She'll be more mindful of this in her future travels. Respecting monks and returning the "why" greeting was another lesson for Sarah. She learned that monks hold a special place in society and deserve utmost respect. And the "why" greeting? It's a beautiful way to show respect and acknowledge others. Looking back, Sarah realizes her trip could have been better if she knew these things beforehand. It's a reminder for all of us. When we travel, we're not just visitors, but ambassadors of our own cultures. It's our responsibility to respect and honor the customs of the places we visit. Traveling is a chance to learn and grow. So, let's respect local customs and make the world a more understanding place. Share this video with your fellow travelers and spread the word.